team. They're number 2 seed for a reason. They're young, athletic, they're hard-nosed. Jalen Green playing at a high level, Sengun, up and down the roster. So it's going to be a tough physical series. We just love the opportunity to be in the playoffs again and have an opportunity to strategize and figure it out on the fly. So I'm looking forward to the weekend. No matter how it plays out, this is what you love.
Steph, Jimmy Butler had 68 points in these 2 games. He clearly is amped it up another level of playoff Jimmy. What can playoff Jimmy do for you guys as you enter this playoff series?
I mean, I know that nickname has a ring to it because of what he's done, over the last 5-6 years, whatever. But he's been that player. It doesn't matter what the stat sheet looks like. He does what it takes to help us win. And against a team like Memphis tonight, they were giving him driving lanes. He was getting to. After a 12-3 start, emotional roller coaster of the season, for us to be able to, climb our way back into relevancy and then, trick off a couple opportunities to get it done within the 82. It just came down to, having one game where we just get a win however we could, and thankfully it happened. And now with some clarity on, who we're playing in the playoff series, great Houston team that's had an amazing year. For us, just a sense of relief that we have something to look forward to now, and I'm excited about the challenge.
Steph, as one who's won championships in many playoff series, where did this play in victory rank in your career?
I'll put it this way, Mike Dunleavy in the locker room had the game ball, and after Coach did his thing, Mike interrupted and was like, I got the game ball here, 4 championships. And he threw it to Steve and said, this is your first play-in game win. So that, obviously got to have some fun with it. It's done well for the league, obviously, keeping some interest and some drama down the stretch of the season. And for us to finally get on the other side of it and live to play hopefully a solid 7-game series. It's exciting.
Jimmy's called you Batman about 4 times tonight.
What?
Yeah, he's on interviews on TV, on the podium. He's calling you Batman and him Robin. Has he done that to you?
No, that's why I said, well, I hadn't heard that one yet.
38 from him tonight. I know, there was some talk maybe in the weeks leading up to this past week about
steals and we win. That's great. But I think me scoring a little bit more has definitely helped us a little bit.
Jimmy, what personally bothers you more, turnovers or missed free throws?
Turnovers. I hate turning the ball over. Free throws, but turnovers really irk me.
What do you think you can take from this game, especially going against somebody like Edey compared to going against Houston with their defense and someone like an Amen Thompson?
Not much. We'll go back to the drawing board and see how I can be effective on the offensive side of the ball. But I really believe I can score with the best of them. I don't care who I'm lined up against.
Jimmy, even before you got here, the conversation was, get Steph to play meaningful basketball again. He wants to play meaningful basketball, and you've certainly underlined that ever since you've been here. How is there satisfaction? Relief might be the wrong word. Obviously, you've got games to play, but to get Steph, to get this team back into a meaningful.
Best team in the Western Conference, and they're facing this young Houston Rockets team. They better strap their damn boots up, because Ime Udoka, who I voted for as Coach of the Year, he got those young boys ready. Defensively, they're athletic as hell, and I'm praying that Steve Kerr put his pride aside and go to the young fella, Jonathan Kuminga, because I believe the Warriors are going to need his athleticism in this series against the Houston Rockets. This series is going 6 or 7 games. I haven't decided just yet. I got Golden State winning, but the Rockets are ready, and they're ready for war.
Well, it's a good thing they get a little bit of rest before that, but you're spot on there, Perk. Meanwhile, Memphis put up a fight despite the injury to John Morant. Now the Grizzlies have to lick their wounds before facing the winner of the Mavericks and Kings. If Morant isn't 100%, how will Memphis pick up the slack, Perk? Who's their all-star, MJ? It's Jaren Jackson Jr. It's
It's time for him to elevate his game. I can't tell you how many times I was yelling at the screen tonight for him to be aggressive, for him to play with more force, right? We know he's skilled. We know he can shoot the tray ball, but I want to see him go to the low block. I want to see him punish people more down there. And not knowing how John Morant is going to be, we know he's not going to be 100%. Jaren Jackson Jr. has to elevate his game on both ends of the floor because he did just win Defensive Player of the Year a couple seasons ago, and he got to stop picking up those silly fouls. It is so frustrating, but they're going to need him now more than ever to elevate his game to help the Grizzlies to the postseason.
All right, hang tight, Perk. We've got 2 more games to talk about on Wednesday's schedule. We'll see you a little bit later on SportsCenter.
Now, getting to this game, we knew what was going to happen. It was close. But we know, Steph is, the man, and proved it once again, hitting big shots, big moments, Warriors advance. We knew what was going to happen.
I thought the game would have been a lot. You know what? It'd have been interesting to see Cube Ocho had Ja not tweaked that ankle.
Yeah.
He goes up for the shot. He comes down on the guy's ankle, and he came back in the game late, but he wasn't Ja. Desmond Bane was unbelievable. He kept him close, big threes, stealing the ball, doing a lot of good things. Triple J played an outstanding game. But I just thought if Ja had stayed in there, it would have been interesting to see. We never know. Who knows? Maybe Steph goes crazy and he goes, instead of 37, 38, he goes for 50.
Right.
But it was a good game. It's what we expected to be. This is the first time the Warriors have actually got out of the play-in. They had been 0-3, so now they're 1-4 in the play-in tournament. Ocho, what'd you like about what you saw?
Listen, I enjoyed the game to its fullest. I probably thought that the Warriors were going to come out and be victorious in the win. Obviously, playoff Jimmy, as he's known to be called, showed up.
Play-in Jimmy.
Okay, you're right. Play in Jimmy. Listen, he had 21 at the half. He came up and he showed out. Steph Curry did what he did, ending the game with 37. But I think the game might have been different, even though it was close. But if we got a Ja that wasn't injured and didn't mess up his ankle towards the end of the game, Desmond Bane did what he did to keep him close. But obviously, Steph Curry coming in clutch towards the end of the game, and it is what it is.
Yeah. I mean, look, this is the Warriors' time of year. We know what they're capable of doing. It's amazing to me that they haven't gotten out of the play-in cube, considering all that championship game pedigree, all the time they've been in NBA finals, they've been in Western Conference finals, they've had tough fought ball games, but for whatever reason, it's hard for them to get out of the play-in. If I'm not mistaken, I think they lost to the Lakers, lost to the Grizz, but they haven't been what we thought they would be, especially in the play-in. So now they get an opportunity to advance. They're the number 7 seed. They take on the Houston Rockets, the second best record in the Western Conference, but this is a young team that's not really battle tested, Q. How do you see this matchup shaping out between the Rockets and the Warriors?
Well, the Warriors got that pedigree. They know what it takes. The Rockets are